Hello and welcome to another episode of Frugal Finance. This is the weekly update on the Trading 212 ISA. So it's been a bit of a better week, if I'm honest. Things are looking a little bit rosier. Last week we were down about 3 or 4%. This week we are pretty much flat. £2.42 down, or 0.09%, almost immeasurable, but nonetheless it is red still, but hopefully we'll end next week in the green, and that will recover slightly, but recover massively over the week. Now, some of the stocks that are still slightly below, and obviously a good deal, but have recovered, are things like Apple. So that was down about 11% last week. Obviously, it's had a bit of a good rally this week. I did actually buy some more stocks in it earlier in the week, just to take or one stock to take usage of the fact that it's obviously on the cheap at the moment. And then other ones are things like PayPal, wherever that's gone. Here we are, and Nevada. They've obviously recovered slightly, but they were down sort of 15 to 20% respectively. So they've recovered themselves. And then Square, that's recovered as well. That was down about 15% or even 20% last week. And then, as everybody knows, Tesla was down massively. It was around about 25 to 30% down. Obviously, it made a bit of a small recovery the last few days of last week, really. Obviously, getting back up to sort of high 600s. At one point, it did actually drop below 600, 563 momentarily. So it's made up a good rally. And again, I did buy some stocks in that this week in order to try and dollar cost average down. Not an awful lot. I didn't have a massive holding in it anyway, as you can see from here. So I was able to almost halve the deficit, which was at about 22%, I think, when I got it. And now just over half of that at 10%. So quite easy there. But it's nice to see things like Uber, they've recovered. That's 8% up. You got Wells Fargo down here, about 30% increase, so that's pretty healthy there. And then obviously you've got these other ones here like Ford Motor Group, General Dynamics, General Electric, all that. So they're all doing pretty well as a generalization anyway, and weren't too affected by this. And the stable stock, one of my favorites, AGNC, back to in the green here. It got to about -1%. But as I've always said, this is quite a nice, for me anyway, quite a nice stable stock. The only downside of this is it is yet more real estate or property, and I already, as a personal overall wealth, I have quite a lot in property, so I am trying to kind of diversify my overall portfolio. But again, this has been a pretty stable stock and it pays a nice dividend. I am hoping this particular month I might get a dividend of about £3 or £4 from that. Talking dividend wise, the pie here, as per the midweek review, we ended the week at 3.57, but I'll do a full review of that at some point. But generally speaking, if we go history, dividends here, we're at £3.24. Hopefully, I'm going to get about £3 or £4 from AGNC, so that will go up to about £6. Once again, I know there's been a few people say about the dividend pie that they're not getting the dividends through. The problem with it is, again, if you don't really hold enough of the stock, then you won't qualify for the dividend essentially. So, prime example would be, let's say Tesla gives a dividend, and it is, I don't know, £10 or £7 per share, and the shares are 700 quid. If you own 100 quid's worth, then you're going to get 1/10 of that share. Now, if you only own a few pounds of it, you're going to get less than a penny, so they probably won't even bother paying you that. So that's just something to note for them. And then just quickly nip on over to the invest part of the app where we hold Neo. Again, similar story. So that's made a pretty healthy recovery over the last week. Overall, still down, but actually now only about 10% down, when we did actually get to highs of about 35% down on that portfolio. So that's nice to see. So things to watch out for this week. I'm hoping probably Monday, Tuesday to stick some money into the account, a reasonable chunk, and then do a bit of a buying opportunity. So things that I've got listed, possibly HCMC, which I know is a little bit of a speculative stock, but it's nice to have those kind of ones that could be really rocket off or potentially do nothing. So I'm having again a diverse portfolio. There's also a slight thing that I quite like about this. As you probably realise, my name is Matthew Cox. My son is also Harrison, so it's Harrison Cox, Matthew Cox. So I know that's pretty cheesy, but nonetheless, maybe for me personally, a ironic reason to invest into them. And then one other thing I wanted to do was, if we go back over to the trading 212 ISA, was really try and put some money into these stocks like Apple, PayPal, Square, and so on that are down at the moment, and then put an amount into AGNC that should result in a dividend of around about £10 per month. So I'm looking to put probably a reasonably significant, a large investment into them to about £1,000 in order to get that up, so I can get that dividend around about £10 a month. That then hopefully should be self-fulfilling, because as you can see, the share price is currently £11.65. So the dividend per month should buy a share in it. So that ANGC should be self-growing from there on onwards. Rest of the funds I plan to probably top up with the pie. So hopefully that's a nice little overview for you of what's been going on in my particular portfolio. I do like watching other people's portfolios and seeing what they're buying and seeing how their strategies pan out. And everybody's got a different kind of risk appetite, so it's quite interesting. You must remember these videos are for entertainment purposes only, so you shouldn't really copy me. I am just a guy, I'm a human, I make mistakes, I'm taking risks, I'm not a financial advisor, so you do need to bear that in mind when watching these videos, that they are only for your entertainment. Having said that, if you do want to start your investing journey and you haven't started before, please do use the links in the description below. There's one for Trading 212, which is this particular app. There's also one for Freetrade. Both of them are good apps. So they've got pros and cons, which I've done videos on before. I believe both of them at the moment are pretty hectic with new applicants, so there's actually a bit of a waiting list, because I had a couple of people contact me asking me if there was any way of jumping the queue, or possibly getting the app easier, or what was the problem. But I think it's literally just the amount of people that are looking to invest in the market at the moment, because there's an awful lot of it in the newspaper with GameStop, AMC, and various other sort of issues with Tesla going up and down and various things like that. The stock market as a whole has been very attractive to the retail investor, especially as they're kind of bored at home, and also people turn to possibly trying to get more for their money than, say, just a standard ISA, cash ISA allowance from a bank or whatever. So if you do want to join in and use one of these particular apps, please do use the descriptions in the link below, the links in the description below even, because you will get a free stock depending on what platform you use, up to the value of £200 or 100, depending on which one. And I don't understand why you wouldn't use that, because it's practically free money essentially. So with that said, please do like the video. If you could just smash the like button for me. I know everybody asks to do that, and you get a bit sick of it. And I know when you're watching on a telly or something like that, it can be a bit difficult to actually smash the like button, because the kind of layouts and that don't always lend it to easily finding the like button. I know on my television it's quite difficult, but if you're watching through a mobile phone or a laptop, it is a bit easier. But it is really appreciated. It actually helps the channel grow, because what happens is YouTube pick up on the fact that people are liking the video, and then they put it and they suggest it to other people, and then they see it, and then that helps the channel grow. Similar story if you'd like to subscribe, please do subscribe, and then you get notifications. I post a update about this portfolio and the pie midweek and at the weekends. Of late, I haven't done many videos in between, but I do normally do lots of videos. Please do feel free to check out the back catalogue. I'd cover everything from stocks to investing in the property market, general life hacks, and general things in the news that are finance related, and how to make things like passive income and be more frugal with your money. So that's what we're all about. Please do smash the like button, hit the subscribe, and I shall see you next time.